I'll never forget, it was the worst day of my life. My wife, early on in our marriage, she really struggled with insecurities. And she used to ask me all the time, so what do you think of this woman? Or what do you think of that? And she used to question me constantly, like continuously. And it was like my biggest hope was that I was going to be able to convince her one day of my love. And that, that was the thing that kept me going. And then one day we were going to the mall, and we were walking from the car to the entrance to the mall, and she looked at me and she said to me the words I'd been longing to hear. She said, "JR, I finally know how I'm going to handle it whenever I have a bad thought or an insecurity about you and your love. If I have a bad feeling, I know how I'm going to handle it." And I was like excited. I thought, this is amazing. She finally knows how to deal with this and how to handle this. And she said, "Whenever I have a bad thought about you and other women, I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to assume the worst of you." Like everything just stopped at that moment, like went into slow motion. My heart just like slammed to the ground. I gotta say, it was like the worst feeling I think I've ever had. It was this huge feeling of helplessness and hopelessness, because now all hope was gone. Because she not only said that, but she also said, she goes, "I'm just going to assume the worst of you. And not only that, I'm not going to say anything about it. And you'll never know that I'm feeling this way." And so then I started thinking, she's going to assume the worst of me, and she's always going to feel this way, and I'm never going to know if she's not. I mean, like, all hope was gone. There was no hope. And it was at that moment that everything just broke inside of me, which actually probably led to one of my wife's worst moments in her life. I turned around, we got back in the car and went home back to our apartment. And we got in the apartment, I looked at her, and I really truly meant this, because everything had just died inside of me. I said, "Carrie, I don't love you anymore." That was one of the worst moments of our life, of our marriage. But today, we've been married almost 31 years. God completely turned it around. And if he can do that in our marriage, trust me, he can do that in yours too.